Welcome back to PowerDirector Made Simple. A few weeks ago, I had mentioned that I would be doing a video presentation on various methods that you can use in PowerDirector to avoid any sluggishness or choppiness during preview playback. Well, it turned out to be quite a complicated subject to present in this somewhat short video tutorials, but after multiple revisions, here it is. Today's video is part one of a two-part series. I am saving the concept of shadow files for the second part, which will be made available in a few more days. We all know that not everybody's computer systems are built equally. Some are downright powerhouses, while there are many whose systems really struggle with the editing, preview, and creation of videos. Fortunately, the brain trust at CyberLink built in some equalizers into the PowerDirector program to allow a more enjoyable experience, especially for those whose systems might be below the minimum hardware requirements. If you occasionally experience any choppy playback in the preview window, it's a sign that your computer's processing power is struggling to keep up with the video being played. My first recommendation is to make sure to turn on hardware acceleration in Preferences, which will decode the video during the editing process. I'm going to check mine now by going up to the Preferences icon in the upper right and then selecting Performance along the left side. At the top is the choice for Hardware Acceleration. Put a check mark in the box to enable hardware decoding. Underneath that is another setting concerning shadow files, which will be covered in part 2. Here are 3 things you should try if you experience any sluggishness or choppiness in preview playback. These items are all found under the preview window. The first thing to try is to lower the preview quality itself. On the right-hand side, it's the third icon from the left, which I'll click now to open. If your system is not really up to processing high-resolution or 4K video, or if your monitor or TV doesn't support 4K, then it doesn't make much sense to have your preview playback in 4K. There are 4 choices here for quality. Starting from the bottom is High Preview, then HD or High Def Preview, then Full HD or Full High Def Preview, then Ultra HD Preview. For no reason other than to demonstrate the difference in appearance, I'm going to select the lowest quality, which is High Preview. And don't ask me why they never named it Low Preview, but it's called High Preview. That results in a resolution which is quite a bit different than Ultra HD or 4K. I'll then drag down to my timeline the Island in the Ocean video and place it on any track. I could just play it now, but to make it more apparent, I'm going to click anywhere in the preview window and then hit F to go to full screen mode. Now I'll click on the play button. And as this video plays, take a good look at the quality, or more properly, the lack of quality. The trees on the island are not that distinct, and the ships in the distance are very blurry. I've seen enough, so when the playback stops, I'm going to hit F to return to the editing window. Now keep in mind what that preview quality just looked like, because now I'm going to select the clip from the media library instead of the timeline and watch it play again. It will immediately start to play, so I'm going to click on stop just for now, but then hit F to switch to full screen. Now immediately you can see the difference, especially when I hit play again. After a few seconds, the better quality is obvious. I've seen enough again, so I'll hit stop and then F to return to the main window. Now that is the difference that can happen when you lower the preview quality, but it takes a big strain off of your system. The goal of all of this is to allow you to still see the video as you are editing it, and if it looks just good enough for editing purposes, especially if you view it on the reduced size of a preview window rather than a full screen that I just showed. So now we're going to go on to method number 2. The next thing to try to alleviate any choppiness would be to switch from real-time preview to non-real-time preview. And that option is found in the same icon as before. But first, I'm going to reset my preview quality back to full HD. Now I can choose either real-time or non-real-time preview. By default, the setting is normally for a real-time preview. Choosing the non-real-time playback results in a playback without any audio and at a slower pace. I'll now choose non-real-time preview. And there will be a warning window opened by PowerDirector advising me of the drawbacks of this mode of preview. I'll click on OK to dismiss that window. To demonstrate what this will look like, I'll drag down one of my previous videos, number 169, to the timeline. And of course, that video has an audio track. Now, with the playhead anywhere over that video, when I hit play, watch the preview window and listen to see if you can hear any audio. Well, after about 5 seconds or so of playback, I'll stop it, and it's obvious that the audio has been muted. If I click on the same clip in the media library, it plays with audio. So remember, these techniques are for playback while editing the clips on the timeline. I'm going to clear that video clip 169 off of the timeline, leaving only the island video. I'll go back to the menu and change to real-time preview. One other factor, these two techniques are not mutually exclusive, which means you can have either one of them enabled or both at the same time if needed. But what if these normal settings continued causing choppiness from my computer system during preview playback? There is one option to try that could allow me to preview at high quality and in real-time mode and not experience any sluggishness. That is the preview render option. Now, this can be done with any resolution of a video clip on the timeline. I'll place the playhead at about the 3-second position, and then I'm going to just click on the second icon from the left at the right side under the preview window. Now, when clicked, a window will open indicating that it is rendering a preview, which creates a temporary file in the background, and it will result in a smooth playback during editing. The system will start to render from the current playhead position to the end of the project on the timeline, and a green bar will appear at the top of the timeline indicating that section has been rendered for preview. If you have one particular section that is very complicated with many things added to the visualization, and that one particular section seems to be very sluggish in preview, then you can select a range and then click on the Preview Render button, which will render that section only, making playback smoother. Remember that every title, sound effect, sticker, overlay, or effect that you add to a certain section will result in a more complicated and time-consuming rendering process. It is usually these complicated sections of a video project that might result in a choppiness in the preview playback. Also keep in mind that any additional edits to an already preview rendered section will require re-rendering. For example, I'll move the playhead to about the 5-second position. And then I'm going to click on Titles. And then I'm going to drag down any title to track 2 at that time code. Notice that the addition of the 5-second title has now removed those 5 seconds from the green bar, indicating that that section would need to be rendered once again, which is easy to do just by clicking on the preview render icon once again. To me, that seems to be the one downside of using the preview render method, in that it does take up an inordinate amount of time, especially on very long clips or sections in which there are a lot of things going on in other tracks at the same time. I don't know exactly why the preview render seems to take so long, but be prepared to stretch your legs or grab a cup of coffee if need be. If none of these 3 methods work satisfactorily for you, then it's probably time to consider investing in some higher performing hardware, perhaps an entire new computer system. It's probably not what you wanted to hear, but if your system is greatly underperforming, then don't blame the software for the sluggishness. Hey, Baldy Man! Why can't PowerDirector just pretend that those 4K video files are just a lower resolution, such as 1280 by 720, or even as low as 720 by 480? Well, I'm glad you asked. And PowerDirector has your back on this one by using proxy files that they call shadow files. It has been a confusing issue over the years, and CyberLink has made some changes in the past few versions. I'll present all of this about shadow files in the Part 2 video coming up in a few days. In the meantime, sometimes I hope that something here might have been somehow and somewhat helpful to someone out there somewhere. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click on the subscribe button below and then click on the bell icon and select all from the list to make sure that you get notifications for all new videos uploaded to my channel. Thanks to everyone for watching. I'll see you next time.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the